God will, I can't explain God, but what I do know is that if you're in need of something and it's a need and it's a real need, and especially if you belong to him, he will come through for you. Period, hands down. So I mean, as long as it's within his will. Sometimes people expect things and it's not really in his will to be done. So you just, when you pray, like I said yesterday in one of those videos, like I said, there was like 6 different parts, 7 different parts. I think there was like 7 different parts. Pray for his will to be done. Because a lot of people like to pray selfish prayers. They like to pray prayers, pray prayers like, I want a nicer car, a bigger house, or more money, or, I want that promotion at work or something, or, I don't know, a prettier girlfriend, or a nicer boyfriend, or something or another. And it's just like a lot of people's pray. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know what other people pray about. I'm just saying, you know, I could just imagine some people's, prayers are earthbound, and they pray about earthly things. And I think that's a lot of the reason why a lot of people's prayers go unanswered. I'm not saying that's the only reason, because I know I've prayed some prayers about things that pretty much seem to me to be in the will of God. But you know what? Again, sometimes God answers prayers in ways that we're not really aware of. And a lot of times they're answered in heaven, but they didn't manifest down here yet. So you got to keep that in mind. Just because a prayer hasn't really manifested in front of your face to where you can see it and feel it and live it, it doesn't mean that it has been answered. Sometimes it's been answered in heaven. It just hasn't made its way down here to earth yet. For what reason, Mackenzie? I don't know. I'm a person just like you. So, but I do know that you know I've heard that said before by more than one person. So I mean, answers to prayers come from God. So I mean, hey, it is what it is. um. So yeah, I mean, that's just another. Basically, he's giving you another example, kind of like 25 and 26. Um, kind of like 26 is more going deeper into it. Um, I mean, the birds are fed. The squirrel, like he's just basically saying, everything is fed. Animals, all that. So why would he let you go without, sort of thing. So. And then the last part of that verse says, I don't even know if I even read this. I'll just read it all over again. Look at the birds. Look at the birds. They don't need to plant or harvest or put food in barns, because your heavenly Father your heavenly Father feeds them. And you are more valuable to him than they are. All right. So that's 26. 27 is can all your worries add a single moment to your life? Of course not. So in other words, he's saying, 25 and 26, don't worry about anything, because you can't change the future anyways. That's what worry is. That's what anxiety is. Like, you think getting all worked up is just um you know it's just like you can't change the future. So just sit back and just leave it in his hands, and whatever happens happens, sort of thing. And I know that sometimes, a lot of times, oh, man, sorry about that. Let me see here. 11:15. Um, wait a second. I'll be back. This will be a part 2 coming up.